Over the last 4 years, I've had the great pleasure to lead a really talented team, courtesy of funding from the BHP Foundation, to deliver right care, first time, where you live. During that time, we've worked with 6 fabulous communities so far, in the ACT, in Western Sydney, in the Nepean Blue Mountains, in the North Coast, in South Brisbane, and in Albany in Western Australia. Bringing communities together in all those diverse places to focus on what would be the best set of services and community developments to improve youth mental health. That's had a technical aspect, developing dynamic models which allow us to test what-if scenarios. What if we invested more in social cohesion? What if we delivered better youth services? What if we partnered better with the education sector? When and where should we invest to have the maximum effect? What's affordable, what's feasible, but importantly, what would deliver better outcomes? It's been the most fabulous opportunity to develop those models, which we've successfully done now in 6 different communities.
The Right Care First Time Where You Live program to me has been a really wonderful example of when you take the time to put in to something like this, the outcomes that you can achieve. What I've loved about it is that it has essentially pulled together a number of different elements like collaboration, and having a whole lot of different people and sectors work together to achieve this tool has been really wonderful to see, particularly the input of young people and people with lived experience.
Lived experience is one of the most important pieces of this process because there's so much that we're missing in our data collection, in our service delivery, in our commissioning models at the moment because lived experience hasn't been a part of that. And I think that's what's meant to differentiate this project from other approaches and tools that we've developed in the past, is that we've got those direct experiences of this regional system, and that's feeding into the model at this stage in the process. It's not coming in later, it's not coming in afterwards, it's coming in now.
I can take it to my other advisory groups, the Western Sydney Youth Council and the New South Wales Mental Health Youth Advisory Group, to say, here's the research that has been conducted, this is the impact that it could potentially have if we were to actually apply this in real life applications.
I think, yes, WentWest will be the custodian of this tool, but it is just a leverage for us to further collaborate, to further engage. The impact that it can have is limited by if only one of us picks it up. The more of us who pick up and engage this, the impact that we can have in this area will only increase. And I think it's certainly a mandate for us, for my team, to make sure this doesn't sit on a shelf and get dusty, but that it's engaged in our business as usual processes and that we continue talking about it, using it and engaging with other users of the tool so that we can continue to learn from each other.
One of the key takeaways from this wonderful new model that has been now developed is that it's not necessarily about having more services that are going to create the better health outcomes for children and young people's mental health. It's actually about getting the right combination of effective services and interventions. So that's a really important lesson, and also that you can stagger the implementation of interventions to get a better return on investment as well.
The reality is there's an understanding about the complexity that's required for the system to meet those demands. And that's always hard for people to come to terms with complexity. And so the modelling through this program actually is a tool that makes the complex simple, and they're the sort of things that allow us to translate evidence into practice. And so right now, in the next 12 months, I see an amazing opportunity to really grow that opportunity to take the tools and the modelling and translate evidence into practice, and that's exciting.
Things that strikes me about the tool, and it's something that strikes me lots to do with mental health, is nobody actually thinks about where the value is created. Value is created at the clinic, at that interface between a practitioner and a person in need. And I think the tool does that. It's one of the few tools I've seen where that central focus is on the micro systems of care, not this great macro system.
At first I kind of was very sceptical about how the actual process would work and the objectives of the actual project. So it's been very good to see the development of the project as it's gone along, and kind of looking at the objectives and the data sources and the assumptions around the modelling itself, and being able to contribute that too, and the transparency around that's actually been really positive.
What I got out of today again was the general passion of everyone that's involved in this. But importantly, what we saw was the outcome of all the contributions made by our young people, our clinicians, our community members who came along to each of these workshops over the past year and provided that information, which has now actually been turned very efficiently by Sydney University into a really feasible tool. And I think very exciting out of this is the concept of actually having an economic aspect to it too, because there's a tool to use when you're actually talking to government and funding bodies about really positive outcomes for young people. This will be a tool that will actually be evidence-based and will show the difference.
As a young person myself, I think it can make or break something, and it's giving that extra evidence, that extra understanding of that things can change and not just these short projects that come and go, but something that we can invest in for the long term.